I love her clapping though. Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Midori. I do feel, everyone, that in one video, guys, I am probably gonna break my table, right? This is an actual hammer. It's an actual, Mjolnir replica hammer, guys, and it's actually heavy, and it's actually like steel, and it will probably will want to smash this table to hard. Smash the like button, guys. Give me that thunderous power so I can take over the world. Yeah, if I had thunder god powers for real, right? Which of course I do have, but I mean more thunder god power, I would definitely conquer the planet. But anyway, today, guys, we're gonna do Scream for Me. And this video is recommended, right, because it's like a lot of duels back and forward, a lot of like instrumental, I believe it is. I wish here, I couldn't find like the actual, I don't know, like a big live on it. We went to Lovebites, the actual YouTube page. They have the song, but there's no visual, nothing. It's just like one image. So this seems to be the best one, right? Live from the ABs 2020. So I guess let's go. I think it's more instrumental, right? Let's see. Okay, in the start again, right? I feel a lot of Lovebites all this, right? Because the first minute it's just like everyone just jamming out, right? Again, some kind of start there, and then you can go into another song. Yeah, so this is a 6.5 minute live performance, right? It's pretty long, so I was surprised they're gonna go probably in different kind of angles from it. So, but I like it a lot with Lovebites. They do tend to start with this kind of like like a 1 or so minute cool intro, right? See where it goes now then afterwards. But I keep saying it, I feel like it's like listening to several different songs, right? In a sense. Yesterday I did my second Wagakki video for that matter. Oh my god, that was like it was also an 8-minute live performance. That was like 4 different songs. That one was crazy. So you keep like altering. That was like a new song every time. It was crazy. You know what I'm here for? You know what? I'm here for the Midori bits. Yes. So leave a comment below, guys, please to me here, right? This is live from the ABs, and I guess it's held right now. But I mean, it's a little bit strange, this scene, you know what I mean? I'm guessing they're performing on like a very small venue, right? It does feel like they're basically stuck in like a little room or something, but what I'm guessing is that we can see here, right, is they're standing on like a podium, right, with like a very tiny hallway like that, and then of course the audience would be here, the media and whatever it is. But get my point, okay, like this, okay, like I'm taking my quick cards, right? I feel that they're standing in a little room like this, right, where I'm gonna build this nuggets here with my magic cards, right? I feel the house is built something like that, you know what I mean? So the audience is standing, you know, across like this, right? But it feels very tiny, right? Because normally, this was very hard to do. Why, I'm okay with that. I love this stuff, okay? No, but I mean, very tiny, right? Because usually you would have it something like that for like an amphitheater, right? But this feels like this, right? It feels like it's a hallway, right? Am I the only one? It seems like super, you know what I mean? I can't be the only one thinking this, right? Like it seems super, you know, super tight, right? Instead of having like a bigger audience. But it's probably indoors too, when you think about it. There's glass walls now, or glass completely now. Is it like Corona thing, maybe? Is that what it is? Okay, set the post again there because I do feel is this a COVID thing? I just realized this is recorded right in 2020, of course. So this is the middle of the the pandemic, right? And everyone's very afraid. Because I have seen, for example, I'm a big fan of Sora Amaya, like Aqua and so on, right? She's obviously my waifu, and I've seen her live performance, also live. But I mean, she also had this thing going on in 2020 on her live performance. That they would have this like plastic things or maybe glass or some kind of like protection, right? Because I see around it, I read it now. Is that why perhaps this is also physically a smaller venue because it's recorded during like the middle of the pandemic, right? Yeah, you guys explain to me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's it, right? But when I see this now, I'm like, it has to be it, or it's extremely likely, right? Yeah. There we go. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, waiting for this moment, right? That's the goddamn duel. I am honestly afraid of heat punch. Oh. Yeah. Okay. You guys, I'm gonna be like one of those YouTubers who's like, please donate. Please go find me, guys, when I break my table with my hammer, man. Yes. So of course we have to listen to it again, right? It's obviously the Midori vs Miyako like versus duel battle here, and this is awesome. I keep calling. I mean, I'm always going back to my ice cold Uni, blue Uni, red Uni comparison, right? But it's why I love this thing too, because it's like ice cooled, hot cool, right? Yeah, this juxtapositioning, I love that. I think it's great, right? I also feel it's very Japanese, right? I keep saying that, but I do feel it's very like Nihongo culture style, right? This like the opposing forces thing is a very common theme, right, in Japanese mythology and so on, and overall, I mean, in Japanese art and so on, right? So to me, this feels very, very Japanese. But anyway, let's do it again now. I love her clapping, though. Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's go! Yeah, it's like, yeah. This one my favorite actually. This one, yeah. Let's just keep going. Is that amazing? Obviously, this last part was amazing. This was badass. It kept going. Oh, the surprise! I was like, man, this keeps going. Oh, this last was amazing. We're gonna have to release it again, of course. This is like really great battle. Really awesome battle performance here, right? It feels very much about these two, though, in the band. I mean, I'd like to see you someone too. Yeah, she had a good moment there at the end. Don't get me wrong, right? But it obviously feels like this performance between these two guitarists, right? Absolutely. And you know I'm a Midori. I'm not biased, but she's clearly winning, right? No, but I like, right? This to me always feels, which I like generally with Japanese performance, right, is that when you saw the first so big battle, not this battle then, but the other one, like 3 minutes earlier, right? Before they start that one, I really like how, you know, like before she gets up there and she's gonna start, Midori is like, yeah, let's go, you know, it's kind of like that, but it feels very supportive, right? They feel that they're a team, you know. It's like a duel, it's a battle, right? But it's very much like a friendly battle, you know. It's like two best friends fighting in a dojo in that sense, right? It's like, yeah, we're gonna test our metal, our ultimate techniques, right? But it's all fun and games afterwards, right? Yeah. So it feels really nice, right? It feels very nice, yeah. But as overall, I think with Lovebites, right, it feels like they all love each other, you know what I mean? Like I said in more video with BAND-MAID too, right? I think when I'm coming from the generation of, you know, where the musician was hated, you know? I keep saying that, but obviously I grew up in the, you know, the 80s, or I'm an 80 kid, 80, 90 kid, right? So obviously I grew up with a lot of like, oh yeah, all these bands are like, they all really hate each other. Like the band members tend to, you know, not always, but they tend to really disdain for each other, right? In the different bands back days. But yeah, let's listen to it again here. That's really amazing. That's really amazing. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. I have to say though, I showed the scenes here. I thought about it earlier too, but it's great, man. But I have to say, yeah, this feels very, very tiny, right? So not only do we see people like standing in the corner recording and like sound and so on, right? But I also like that you see some people in the reflection of the doors or whatever. So back a little bit here. You know what I mean? I like this here. you see like it was like ghost meters playing here. It's like, who's in the reflection over there? Yeah. I mean, it has to be a very, very tiny passage. Earlier. It has to be super tiny, right? Because it's like it's either you see someone standing kind of in the dark, right, like over here somewhere, like in the recording or something, or someone you see people in the reflection on the sideline and so on. It seems to be like a really tiny cottage when they're performing it. For example, you have this guy standing in the corner, right? He can move like 1 square meter at best. Right? He's really stuck. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's really tiny. Anyway, hope that you guys subscribe. Press the like if you do. And I would also, urge to check out my Wagakki band yesterday. I really like that band too, right? I really love the chemise set. I keep saying it, but I am a Guardian sucker for chemise, right? I'm like, oh, chemise! But I am like that. I was like, I'm so happy. But I really do mean this thing here, though. In my first video, Wagakki band last week, I tend to try to also make it about also trying to explain the culture, right? Like Japanese culture. I know a lot about history in Japan, right? My grandfather history professor, and so on, right? Also math professor. And I know like everything I feel about Japan history, a lot at least. I've been on TV, in Japan, talking about history in yokai and so on. Yeah, I mean, twice. So I mean, it's like, no, but I try to make the videos a little more about, okay, I know people hate that, but I'm trying to like react to the music, right? And also analyze the performance, but also the song, right? And like the lyrics, the mythology, and I don't know, I'm trying this, but it feels like it's the same thing for me. I said it 2 weeks ago with the Stone video, for example, that I actually did last year, right? Sent something to space with NASA, right? I did it early last year, and I'm just throwing stuff in my head, guys, but I'm trying, right, to, I don't know, not rebrand, but it's just like, I keep saying things like the last few years now, but I hate the word reaction, you know what I mean? What do you think of that? I hate the word reaction, because if I'm making, right, let's say that, best case I take the Stone video, where I'm an actual scientist, right, looking at science anime, and I'm actually explaining like this is this science, this thing, and I know people have like science or this thing, but I really mean it right now, going deeper into it, because you do have those videos, right, people doing that, but they tend to be just like the first episode, you know what I mean, or some cut thing together. But I don't know. I want to make it more, I want to explain to people that this video here is more than just that, right, Depends, of course, on every video, but something like that. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below if you think about that. I'm just blabbing now. But I've been thinking about it for the last few months now. I'm just like, even more so than usual. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, see you guys and have a great day.